Okay, so as of yesterday, I was going to do a live stream with my camera on, of course. However, that is not going to happen because apparently the connection was really spotty and everyone in the family was using the internet, so that made it really hard to use. And the basement that I'm in does not do well with connection anyways, so but that's not why I'm coming back on. This is mainly just to continue from last night because I couldn't get my tablet to like the internet for whatever reason. Anyways, to give you an idea of part of the reason why I am doing this live stream is because I want to kind of give out there now currently that I had recently lost a great grandfather, or had a great grandfather pass away this morning at the age of 96. And to kind of give an idea of what he was like, alongside with my great grandmother who died about a little closer to 6 years ago. Both my great grandparents were the most humble people you'd meet. And yes, I'm at work, so you're going to hear things, and I do apologize that in advance. But it's what I gotta do to get done. Anyways, I am kind of grieving a little bit because my great grandfather happened to be one of those rather humble individuals who everyone just adored. And it's just, the feeling you get when you lose a loved one, or whether it's family or a really close friend. And honestly, you just don't know what to do. You feel like you just don't want to do anything, such as you don't want to go to work. You don't want to go to the funeral. You don't want to go do anything because you are grieving so much over a family member's passing. Newsflash, I get it. I really do. I'm kind of that way myself. However, I've learned over the years, don't grieve too much about it because it's going to cause a bit of depression. And depression can lead to a potential suicide thought, which, yes, I've managed to understand that idea. So I gotta pick some stuff up. And honestly, I would do almost anything to get through the services and just know that he's in a better place. Now, as of now, this live stream most likely won't be very long, only due to the fact that I'm just using this as a journal, like, to kind of help ease the sadness. However, this could go longer if you guys are interested in tagging along the journey. But to give more of a retrospect of the idea, and mind you, this is just me like venting a little bit to the best I can with the story of it. But to give an idea of my great grandfather's life, he was the wealthiest one in the family while not being careless. He would just be there to be there for you in general, and it's like you don't get to see that on a daily basis or a regular basis. Now, I'm not one to really show very much, how can I put it? I'm not one to be very emotional per se. And in all reality, I will say right now, if you're one to be emotional, I respect that, because I I understand as a kid growing up, I didn't understand why at the time why people would get so emotional over family's death, family members, I should say. But now, as I'm getting into the idea of more of the understanding, I totally get it. Now, for those that may be watching that know that are working with me or working around me who know me, don't take this the wrong way, but I'm not trying to call anyone out, but with some people, such as my boss, for example, I see him as a second father figure to me, because over the last week and a half to 2 weeks, my boss has been nothing but understanding. And it's things like that that make me want to stay with the job that I'm at, because of how open-minded a lot of the workers, the employees, and coworkers I work with here are willing to view the sadness. Let's see, what side is it? Okay. Little side task, if you guys choose to comment down below. I honestly would. I just think. Okay, side task. Sorry, I got a little distracted here. If you had recently had a loved one die and you're scared to share the story, just know it's not because people will torment you or do anything to try to get shoot you down. They just do it because they want the attention themselves. I'm only doing these live streams because I kind of like sharing stories similar to other people. Hence the part of the reason why I'm doing this live stream. And yes, it does tend to get pretty depressing, and most people won't want to talk about it. But in all fairness, and I'm coming from a perspective of losing an actual loved one for the first time back 6 years ago, it's not about the personal reasons. It's about knowing who to go to. So, but to get back to what I was after, and to give an idea, my grandfather, over the years, went from working with a food industry. I think I don't want to say the name right now because the entire story, the rest of the story will come at out in a later video. But he was one to work at a fairly decent pace to the point where the job or jobs that he worked at liked him. And honestly, I would do anything to continue in that perspective. Now, for backing up to the whole, I don't want to say sensitive because I know that that's not the correct way to, or correct term. But to give an idea, I'm not the one to get very emotional, except at funerals. I am the biggest baller. I think I'm one of the biggest ballers. Come on. I want to say I'm one of. Sorry if I kind of went quiet for a minute. I was just trying to get this particular platform that I'm trying to get moved over. But to give an idea, you have to get to actually know me in person, unless if you choose to ask questions in the live stream. Now, I struggle with having to look at the live stream chats sometimes because depending on where I'm doing the live stream, I may or may not be looking at the live stream chat. So you gotta think, am I missing anything? Anyways, I don't think so. However, this morning I had called my boss to let him know about my great grandfather's death. A little hard to comprehend a little bit because, as I described earlier, and you're gonna probably be like, oh, hush, you've already gone through this several times already. I understand that, but you gotta understand on my behalf that I'm still trying to process this all. So I will mention, I know that the live stream will get pretty boring at times, but I do apologize on that in advance. Just because I'm curious to know why the live stream's not showing my user icon. I'm gonna have to see if I can update that here soon when I get home. Anyways, but to give you an idea of what to expect in future live streams, I'm going to start doing live streams a little more often because I'm not doing it to get the views. I'm only doing it because I'm starting to actually enjoy using the platform as a way of expressing my mind in a process that will allow me to be more open-minded and being able to take into account on criticism. As some people, or at least as one content creator has said, and the channel's name is Gothics that I'm referring to, so Gothics, if you're watching this, I appreciate your open-minded and whatnot, like open-minded thoughts and whatnot. So keep up the hard work, guys. I will say right now, starting here in the next few weeks, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start titling my live streams "Come Connect with Me." Only because I think the idea of connecting with each other is a really great way of having to connect with you guys. Now, if you've made it this far, I appreciate your willingness to stick around, because the idea of it, of having to just be a loner, kind of sucks, especially with working in a facility that tends to have positions where you're going to be alone most of the time. Now, one of the things I'm also going to start mentioning towards the beginning of my videos is please do stick around, because you're going to have a higher chance of getting shout out from me and possibly others that may end up become moderators. I know I had a few moderators at one point, though I had to get rid of them because they quit being a moderator at one point. So, dude, I'm falling behind. I'm getting easily sidetracked. So that's fine, because my boss did say take it easy today. Though, for those that work with me that I'm also employed under, if you're watching this, just know that my heart goes out to you for understanding on... Let's get these turned off, shall we? My heart goes out to you guys for understanding just the grievance I'm potentially going through. So at this point, what I'm going to start doing in my live stream, starting as of now, is opening the floor. Matter of fact, I'm going to open the floor to comments throughout each live stream starting now. So if you're interested in making comments or just making remarks that you want to participate in, please do. I really would love it. But okay, backing up, strike the first little bit. I'm going to have to start doing that in the next live stream, which may be in a few weeks. It just all depends. So, just because I got a few things that came up that my fellow coworkers need help with. So, for now, I'm going to bid you all adieu, and I will see you in the next live stream.